You are in the guise of the Broken Heart. You're marching on stage. The crowd doesn't know who you are yet. What do you do?
Out of character, before I go on stage, because I believe we we ended the last session with me having like an hour before.
You had 30 minutes before.
Okay, so I've still got a little bit of time to come up with a little bit of a set list in my mind. Okay, cool, sweet, because I still have to make my set list. Woefully unprepared, behold me.
I mean, that's what you get for doing it last second.
Hey, 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 now. You're not wrong.
Or short notice. Anyway. Because you sort of went in there, hey, can I play now? Like now?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. And we're going for a super intense drama.
That's what the guys after you are going for. But however
Yeah,
you choose to play into them.
I would like to set the stage.
Okay.
So, okay. I'm gonna open up with the wellspring of reflection.
All right.
Kind of set the mood. Hey, we're gonna be some good people, you know. We're gonna do some things.
So what's that one about?
The wellspring of reflection is it's an area it's a song from the area of Zeracania about those who find their inner self. They travel to an unknown location to most people, in a quest of self inspiration, and they're looking for self improvement.
Okay.
They're really kind of looking back on themselves, trying to find them and make them better.
Okay.
So that's going to be my opening.
All right. And in this, you said you're trying to extend it out a bit.
Yeah.
What kind of notes or addendums are you trying to merge with the theme and the story?
I would like to throw in an aspect of adversary,
Okay.
a bit of challenge to it, because you can't just walk to self inspiration. You can't just go find a better you. You have to force your way to a better you.
Okay.
You have to fight for it.
So
you gotta hold tight to that self improvement aspect, and you gotta grip it and hold tight while the wind tries to blow you away.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a persuasion check as the first part of the skill challenge. All right, 22. Pretty good.
Also, I completely forgot to roll my D100. May
Bad
I?
news. Yep. I'll go ahead and roll mine as well.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
So
Not bad.
you do find the crowd kind of leaning in to the story more. They didn't know what to make of you at first. They were like, "We've never heard of this guy. He's opening for some pretty well-known people in the Lyendrall. Who does he think he is? Who is? Oh, he can kind of lead a tale." You have their attention. They're sitting forward in their seats, And as you end your piece, they're definitely interested in what you've got to say next in the time remaining. That is the first success of the skill challenge.
Okay. Um, I would actually like to, for my next tale, it will be a 20-minute tale. Super, super abbreviated.
Okay.
Of Galanor Moonstone, Lord from Zerrikania, of the Light's Last Vigil epic. Super, super abbreviated version of it because it's usually an entire hour on its own. I'm just trying to build the hype, kind of hit the highlights,
Okay.
Build the pace
Okay.
a little bit.
All right. So, go ahead and roll me a performance check for that. A natural 20. All right. So, it's not long before you kind of have people starting to climb on stage a little bit. But Lady Aldray is a professional woman, and they're calmed and settled back down. You don't know from what, but you see them about to approach on stage and start cheering and perhaps a little crowd surfing action. But suddenly they just kind of lean back in their seats, but they're really intent, focusing solely on you. That is a second success.
Okay.
Just so you're aware, if you repeat skills, the DC does raise by quite a bit. So, new elements are typically an easier part of a skill challenge.
Well, this one is a little bit more on the calm side.
Okay.
It's a 20-minute tale. I'm going to tell the full 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it really comes down to dedication and honor.
Mm-hmm.
Being that good person that you strived to be, and seeking the altruism that I started with,
Mm-hmm.
that we built up through that middle. You fought for it. You became that. Now this is the conclusion
Mm-hmm.
of that. Now this is where we see that kind of final product of if you followed something along this path, maybe
Mm-hmm.
if you held true, this is where you could be. And it's a slow simmer down, nice and true. And it is the Ballad of Hanzo Braden.
Okay.
Human soldier. He was really kind of over the top in his life before. And then he really exemplifies this theme that I'm going for of he was way over the top, and then he reached a peak, and now he's come down, and we're gonna end with that altruism.
Okay. So, kind of sounds like another persuasion roll to me.
Okay, I can roll it.
Right.
He is a true figure.
Mm-hmm.
You did say that I knew the story from history books. Could I perhaps roll?
He's alive today.
Then.
So it wouldn't be a history book. Just.
No, but could I perhaps
recounting.
roll a history skill?
I would say history with disadvantage, persuasion, normal.
I'll take the persuasion.
Because he is a living figure.
He's
only in his 40s.
I'll take the persuasion.
Okay. 30. Okay. So, that's a failure. I'm kidding.
No!
I'm
You're kidding! No!
No, that is your third and final success that you needed. The crowd goes wild, standing ovation. You bow, you sweep, you walk off the stage, and they're just like, where has this guy been the entire fucking, like, 3 years this place has been open?
Okay, wait. Go ahead.
And
Say what you have.
the curtains close upon you, and you just hear that roaring cheer echoing throughout the building. An ovation you weren't probably expecting, but one that is very welcome. As you see the next group, the Myriad of the Mire.
I'm gonna walk up to the main leader of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to say, I'm so sorry. Can you give me 5 minutes so I can go ruin this ovation so I don't upstand you? I don't want to upstand the headliner.
So, a tall man, not super tall, but he is a Kalishtar.
Do I know what that is?
Probably not. But he puts his hand on you. Please. And then walks off, super arrogantly. But he ushers his people on. They quickly, hurriedly get their instruments set up, their stands.
I'm gonna go check out side stage. If he's that bold, that ready for it, I'm so down. Oh my god, I have to see this performance. I have to go see this side stage.
Alright. So you're sitting around waiting?
Oh fuck yes I am.
So, the Myriad of the Mired, as they get set up and all their instruments are out, they're set, play the composer, which is the Kalishtar.
Man, can I roll a something
So
to even see if I recognize it?
he has a very pale, almost pink coloration to his forehead and to his neck and face, but the hair is just solid white. And there's no age to his face. He's in his probably 20s, early 30s, max.
As far as I can tell.
Yeah. But there's this weird pink coloration, and you've never seen anything like it.
Can I roll a history check to see if I've ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Can I roll it with advantage with my history knowledge?
Definitely not.
Hey, look, a guy's got to try.
I was tempted to give you disadvantage.
Hello, fucking, let me roll, please.
19?
Thank you.
No
19.
idea.
Fuck! On a 19? That's rough!
No idea.
That's rough, buddy.
They're either really rare or you've just never been around them.
He's fucking from somewhere that's not around here.
No, this.
He's obviously not of this continent, and probably not of anywhere I've ever heard of.
But as you sit down, let me open his sheet.
Yeah, I'm side stage as fuck right now. I would also like to sneak into the side stage.
Mm-hmm.
If that's possible. Like the side stage seating area. I'd like to sneak from the crowd is what I'm looking for. So the crowd doesn't notice or see me.
There's no side stage seating. There's stairs going up, and then you see the performance, and they're open like theater stage.
Okay.
If you mean like behind them and to the right, like you would be directly to the left of them.
Yeah.
Currently. If you want to sneak past them and get behind them.
How long would it take?
It'd be a good solid like 60 foot to
Oh no,
run past or
shit, that's
and get
nothing.
around it.
That's not even a half a minute.
It's very exposed, but it's up to you. Like you can watch from where you're at pretty
Yeah,
easily.
but I'm trying to get over to the crowd
Mm-hmm.
to try to blend into the crowd from behind the curtain. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
I don't understand just because you're trying to get in the crowd behind the curtain. That
Yeah, so
there's
like
no curtain in the crowd.
usually what happens is there's a stadium with seating, right? And then there's floor seats, and then there's a stage,
Mm-hmm.
and then curtain. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's this whole big area behind for setting up performers and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But usually there's a bunch of different like green rooms and
Off to the
staging
sides, yeah.
areas and corridors and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping some of those would lead into like the crowd area.
You can get to the crowd pretty easily, yeah.
Okay, can I sneak to the crowd?
You can try.
I'm gonna go for it.
Like, they're not right next to each other, the crowd. You would have to cross a good bit of distance to get into the crowd. But you are a changeling. If you remember.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to abuse. I
You picked the
I've
race.
I know, but I've gone this entire campaign not abusing that function.
You picked the race. I don't care.
All right,
I
fuck
don't
it.
care even a
Then
little. That's why you picked the race.
as soon as I'm out of sight of literally everybody, I'm gonna change into my lizard folk.
Okay. Alright.
I'm now Daz.
Do you change your clothing too?
Well,
For the
yeah.
armor
I
to
mean,
look.
I've got my armor on, so
Okay.
I'll shift that. I can't really do anything about my dragon, my shimmer dragon clothing because that's under my armor.
Yeah.
Can't really do much about that.
Yeah.
But
I'll at least give you advantage on the stealth roll.
I can change my armor and I can full on change my entire goddamn form and add a goddamn tail.
I'll give you advantage on the stealth roll. As you're trying to join back the crowd. We're back into the seating anyway. Without an issue, most people are paying attention eyes forward as it's about to begin.
Cool.
But
By what name was I announced? By Fry?
whatever you would have told Lady Aldre to announce you by.
Fry of the North.
Alright, so. Well, he also has the actor feat. And.
That is also something that I would like to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Can I incorporate my actor feat into my performance checks?
That's why you were allowed to keep the nat 20.
Okay, yeah.
We talked about that already.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that you were still on board with
Yeah, your nat 20 was the second roll.
So yeah. I
keep
just
it
wanted to make sure we were still on the same boat about that.
Alright.
Because that's me incorporating other voices for voice lines.
As the Kalish Star gets all this stuff together, and the curtains go up, he doesn't turn to the audience, but the voice booms low. almost hollow. Suddenly you can hear it throughout the entire theater as he begins to sing. Slow at first, but then as he's conducting and they're building up, he's amplifying with them. And they're perfectly in tune, in sync. They're playing off of each other, not only on perfect cue, but they're mixing and matching tones from the outsides, and they're like flowing.
Harmonizing through the echoes?
Yes, and not only that, but they're pushing it to the middle. So, like, they're changing sound on the outside when the middle's doing something central. And then they go back to the outside, and
So
they kind of rinse and repeat, kind of like
they're
that.
dynamic sounding a traditional orchestra.
Yes. And
They're harmonizing echoes and dynamic sounding.
and there's this weird, almost magical influence. There's points where you can hear him not speaking your language, but you understand him anyway. He still gets the message across with his universal speech feature.
Do I also still hear the words that he says?
Yeah. And you can hear them as foreign words, foreign sounding words.
But my
Your
brain
still
my brain
understands
goes,
the meaning.
I know you don't understand what you just gave me.
So he gets to roll his performance check. I rolled low, but he's pretty good at it. So 22.
You literally just gave me whatever language he's speaking. You realize that, right? Or at least partial.
No. It's just, you're magically understanding it.
I know,
Forcefully.
but I have actor.
Yeah.
Which means that I can speak and say and
you can
copy and mimic
you
the
can mimic
language.
the sound of his voice.
Yeah, but I know what he's saying. If I can mimic and copy what he's saying, and my brain understands it, I would at least have a partial understanding of whatever language.
Yeah.
Right?
Just very, very, very basic understanding.
What language is it?
You don't know. You don't automatically know the language, is what I'm saying.
Okay, can I add it to my character sheet?
No.
Okay.
You don't learn the language, my guy.
I know, but I
with
could
somebody
I could
singing.
at least give it like a minimal.
Well, that's the thing. You've never heard of this language.
Tiny.
You've never heard of this language. You've never heard it in any travels. You've never heard it in any other ballads. It's a brand new language. You understand what he's saying magically because he's compelling you to understand.
Okay.
Forcefully.
I see what you're saying.
You could replicate.
I see what you're saying.
What
yeah.
he's saying.
I can mimic the words coming out of his mouth
And the sound of his voice.
if I understood that. Yeah. No. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't understand enough, but I understand a tiniest bit.
You could pass.
Enough to not really matter.
You could pass for
but
a 10-minute conversation.
I would first have to mimic.
Yeah.
I would first have to understand that it was that language.
Yeah.
That being said...
And even then, it wouldn't give you the full language.
Yeah. That being said, will you tell me if it ever comes into play?
Yes.
Thank you.
If it has ever repeated.
Just be like, hey, you heard it at the orchestra. Stuffs.
But he has a silver tongue, so he cannot roll lower than a 9.
Oh, fuck. Good for him.
Or, he cannot roll lower than a 10.
Well,
So,
fuck, even better for him.
that's an additional +3, which would put him at a 25.
Kill it, my guy.
Alright. So. Now, as he is talking, you're kind of into it. He was confident. He was a little bit of a dickhead, maybe, but
have I heard
arrogant.
Have I heard of the ballad that he's singing?
I would say also no.
So this is
Very foreign sounding. Like, it does not sound like something you would have heard on Volmese. Zerrikania got pretty good traveler or two,
okay.
but
Uh,
even this is just rare.
I'm gonna need notes after you're done recording because we know how my notes go. They take me forever.
So,
But I'm gonna be adding a ballad
as
to
he's
my
getting
list.
into a new tone, you see him wave a spell. You can see him casting a spell. The crowd may not know, but he casts a spell, and then all of a sudden you see all the other band members, all of them, completely change their clothing. Their instruments change in their hands to grow bigger, more grandiose. Their chairs disappear, and instead they grow about 4 or 5 inches.
Do I know the spell?
Make me an Arcana check. This is the spell known as seeming.
Seeming.
Yeah, illusion. Everything is known as its.
Wow, gee, couldn't figure that one out. It's an illusion spell called seeming. couldn't piece that together.
Yeah. But as he's weaving this into it, he casts it. He casts it 2 more times.
Can I recognize the spell that he's using to give his voice that dynamic sound of in and out, resonating around?
Different school of magic, so just give me another Arcana check. Thaumaturgy. But a little more.
It's like a super grand thaumaturgy.
It's almost as if he's using 2 spells, and that's when you notice he's using metamagic. He's a sorcerer on top of a bard.
Okay.
And he's kind of mixing some spells together. We'll say. He's using heightened spell metamagic.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, do I need to make another Arcana check to see the second spell that he's mixing with it?
I'll say no because you saw Cyrus doing some metamagic and probably would have had a discussion or two about metamagic in general. Fair to say.
Alright.
And you rolled pretty good on Arcana. I'm not going to make you roll a third Arcana.
Okay.
But as he's weaving
Thank
that
you.
in, his next part of the performance will be an Arcana check. Another 25. Alright. So, he's definitely playing upon more grandiose themes. He's very showy. But he's quite skilled and he's well practiced.
He's good at what he does.
Not as good as you.
Artists recognize artists, though.
Not as good as you.
Artists recognize artists, though.
At least from what you've seen so far.
That being said, at the level that we're performing, very, 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 very few people could see the difference.
Yeah. So as his next performance, as that winds down, they go back to their normal sizes. The instruments change back down. And he gets this sweet but somber tone in it. And he starts... this is when he finally turns towards the crowd for the first time, still conducting from his facing forward. But while they're...
From behind.
Yeah. They're looking at him from the back now, and he's facing the crowd. Tears in
That's so goddamn hard to do, by the way. As somebody that was in band that conducted, that's so hard to do.
I'm playing super fast and loose here because I know that's hard to do, but it's cool. So
no, it's fucking awesome and it's incredibly doable. But to actually keep the time and keep the rhythm while controlling the beat,
absolutely,
so hard.
So, as he's gearing into this
Sorry,
The
I
tear.
don't mean to ruin your streak like that.
There's tears coming from his face. And that somber melody, you can feel it in your head. He's now in a tragedy. He's telling you about tales of people backstabbing. Dark times. Times that are coming. In the future. Soon future. You should run. And it gets really super intense behind him as he's conducting still. Tears flowing from his face, but he's not skipping a beat. He is going to do, I'll say, a performance on this one. And this one he does get advantage on. The Arcana he would not have gotten advantage on, but that was his first roll.
Doesn't matter.
But actor, 27.
I want to.
That was persuasion, my bad. Same modifier though.
That's fine. I want to. If you're okay with it, I would like to roll an inspiration.
Bardic inspiration?
No, just a regular inspiration.
Or
not an inspiration, but an insight. Sorry,
Oh.
insight.
Yeah.
I want to see if he believes that this is real or if these are performance tears.
Okay. Roll an insight. He's selling it pretty well. Whether he's just that good or...
Oh, it's hard to fucking say. Alright, can I...
He's practiced in his words. He's deliberate in what he says. He's choosing his words carefully. That's what I can give you.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's like a prestidigitation spell, creating tears or something?
Make an Arcana.
Something along those lines. Whoa! Yikes!
Hard to tell.
Fuck! It couldn't roll much worse.
You caught it before, but if he was doing it this time, there was no tell.
Fuck! He believes.
He
believes that dark times, sad times are coming, eh? As far as Fry is aware.
And as he closes, he bows and then turns to walk off stage as he crosses the threshold, the curtains are already coming, right? So as he crosses the threshold, as soon as he steps the last step forward, and the crowd goes insane.
I'm immediately going to call for an encore.
Okay. Call for an encore. Roll me,
Performance or persuasion? Because on one hand, I could be performing an encore to the people around me, but I could also be persuading the people to call an encore around me.
roll me a flat charisma check. See how well you can gauge the audience around you. Some join in. I was looking for a 15, man. I'm so sorry.
Is there enough people around the stadium? Because I'm only on one side. I'm only in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, on the other side,
mm-hmm.
Are there also enough people calling for an encore?
I would say there's a lot of those voices to be heard, but they're also getting drowned out by just sheer applause. And while you can hear it, it's just not quite catching.
Well, I will continue my encore call as long as is appropriate. But I'm not gonna force it or try for it more than the rest of the crowd is willing.
But
you know what I mean?
As they exit, another man does come off, and you seen him around, a tiefling man. A nice purple shade of skin that kind of a little rare for tieflings, but
Seems almost, kind of, possibly, maybe similar.
But he comes out, claps, waits for the crowd to die down. Excellent, excellent. The mighty Voltaire himself. Yes, I am borrowing that name from history. Love that name. The mighty Voltaire himself, Kalistar from Daxtrin, never fails to disappoint. And give it up for Fry from the north. And he claps too.
Can
and
I...
There's more singing and cheering. And as he's giving just an exit speech, essentially, but he just basically giving you a nice nod. Just, standing ovation, dismissing, winding down.
Can I history check that city he's from?
Roll history check. Natural 20. Not a city. A continent. To your southwest.
To the southwest.
About 6-7 months of travel.
So that's south of the Aberrant Mind War continent, right?
No, that would be northeast. So opposites.
Oh,
direct
opposite. Cool.
Of Elmies.
Yeah. Sorry, I I thought I thought it was
Yeah. So Daxtrin,
opposite direction.
with your nat 20. A continent that is ruled in perpetual civil war, by the way. Known, there are 4 warlords that are in control of the separate sides. And there's a huge region of right in the middle where it's just endless conflict. The lands are stained with blood, and it's a very tragic, somber place. And the 4 warlords that lead over it, they have been at each other's throats for centuries. The 4 basically separate nations within the continent, but it's been at a stalemate. If one side pushes too far, then the other 2 will come in to strike a decisive blow. If they let too much ground in, then they'll be surrounded on all sides.
Just the
Constant
perpetual stalemate.
Yeah.
It's been going on so long that they literally know nothing else, so it became their culture.
Many ceasefires, but perpetually it always ends up breaking, and it's just a deadlock of no one can outmatch the other, but they can't end it either. There's too much hatred.
Yeah, like I said, it just kind of became their culture.
With that history check, you've heard the name Voltaire before. Once was the personal diplomat to Arval Thracia, the warlord of the southwest of that continent. Okay. His personal diplomat, or ambassador. Was his personal.
Was, yeah.
No longer employed.
Obviously.
That's what you get with the nat 20.
Sweet. Fuck yeah.
Alright.
History check coming in clutch on that nat 20, baby. Let's go.
And the DC was pretty high, just to know that that was a continent was 20.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Because it's a very medieval type of
Yeah,
world.
like there's not a lot of history coming out of there other than violence and war and death.
Yeah, and not a lot of travel either.
Yeah.
They lock that shit down a little bit.
You can't send people to travel if you're constantly sending your people to die.
But well done. As Everything's winding down. Where do you go?
Well, you said I already had my next of kin aligned with the bank.
Mhm.
It's pretty late at night.
Yeah.
It's like, I would assume like 10:30, 11,
Yeah.
11:30.
I was thinking right at 10:30.
I
By the
I
time
didn't-
everything
I
winded
didn't-
down,
yeah.
the crowds, fighting through the crowds, definitely 10:30.
I didn't know how long all of the performances
It
had
ended
lasted.
like right at 10, but
Well, because you said I think you said on the last stream that the concert started at 8.
correct.
Whatever the opening act was, however long that took, plus my hour,
Mhm.
that would put it at, I would assume, probably 8:30. Plus my act would be 9:30. I kind of figured the closer would also have
Voltaire
an
started.
hour.
Voltaire started at 8. You started at 7.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it was headline at 8.
And they were the Myriad of the Mired.
It was a headline at
Was
8.
their group name.
Gotcha. Headline at 8.
But theirs was a 2-hour, and the time flew by.
I mean, that was a hell of a performance they put on.
There was 3 separate performances, but each were about 4 songs each, give or take, but on the same themes. They kind of progressed one through the other.
Well, I think I picked a pretty good set. I think I did pretty good on mine.
That was pretty solid. Rolling like a champ today.
Yeah, dude, I rolled fucking bangers.
That was pretty cool.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got a plus 14 performance and a plus 14 persuasion, but I still rolled like a champ.
Yeah. He's only one better. He's plus 15 to his expertises.
I rolled like a champ.
And that would be proficiency bonus making that difference there, I believe.
Yeah?
No, same proficiency bonus.
He's probably got...
Slightly higher charisma. He's got plus 7.
I was about to say, he's probably got a charisma then.
Yep, 24 charisma.
Because my charisma's not maxed. My charisma's not even stat line maxed, let alone item maxed.
What are you talking about?
My charisma?
You're 22.
Oh, no.
That's maxed and then a little cherry on top.
No, I was looking at the wrong thing from quite a distance away. I thought I was at 18 for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I'm a dope.
But
I'm a dope.
yeah, that was pretty. I liked the little skill challenge aspect.
Yeah, I like it. I think I rolled too good for it.
Yeah.
I think I rolled too good to see how it actually plays out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's the thing with bards and expertises and.
In order for us to truly test this dry run,
mm-hmm.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave with the crowd, and I'm gonna go. Oh man, I'm not going to the fucking Sunlock Eve.
Alright.
I really don't want to go to the Wilting Wheel either, even though I know that the Wilting Wheel is like the perfect spot for what I want to try.
Okay.
I want to find somewhere like the Wilting Wheel. Somewhere kind of low class, kind of that more grimy, dirty feeling, you know? That more undertow.
I mean, there's the really, really shitty side.
No, I don't want to go to the super low side of town. Which is why I'm saying...
The Wilting Wheel is the low side of town.
Yeah, I know, but at least the Wilting Wheel's got a little bit of class to it.
I've got a tough bouncer. That's about it.
All right, fuck it. Give me the name to an inn somewhere, down
Well,
there, other than the Wilting Wheel.
well, there's 3 inns total. There's
And
plenty of bars.
and yeah, fuck it. Let's go to a bar.
Okay. You can find a dive bar pretty easily.
Yeah. I wanna find me a dive bar, and I wanna see if I can talk the bartender into letting me play.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll play for tips.
Simple,
Fuck it.
simple enough.
Cool. What's it called? Where's it at?
Don't know, and it's over there.
Alright, well, let me roll the persuasion check and let me see if I can talk it out of you, Mr. Random Stranger on the Street.
All right. The Henry Huck Bar.
The Henry Huck Bar. Got any directions behind that?
Literally the farthest building to the left, right in the middle.
I go to the farthest building on the left.
Yep. Keep going.
Yeah, no, I am.
Yeah. With your actual mouse, right there.
That one?
Yep.
Can you mark it for me?
Yeah.
I want a name, damn it.
It's the Henry Huck's Bar.
Yeah, I know, but I want it on my map so I know. You've always done this. We discover a spot and you give us the name.
There you go.
Sweet.
Alright.
I want to try to talk my way into playing for tips.
I won't even make you roll.
Not even gonna make me roll, baby. Sweet. How long is my set? As long as I want,
You
or
tell. Yeah, I was gonna say you tell me.
okay. Well, let's go.
This is a real rough place. When you walk in, there's grease everywhere on the floor. Shit that's been thrown, smashed. It's been laying there for a week. Looks like there's maybe 50 copper in the entire building amongst the denizens. Drinking cheap ale, beer.
Okay. So, on my way over there,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about what set I'm gonna play.
Alright.
And I'm gonna start off with the Tale of Silverwind.
Okay.
It's nice and short. It's like a 5-minute tale. I'm gonna see if I can stretch it. I don't know, maybe a couple minutes.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. But it's pretty sad. Kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
Little touch of scary in there.
Yes.
You know, just doing the thing. Setting the mood, as it were.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Do I need to roll?
Unless you want to do it with your passive on this.
No, I mean we're trying out the
Go ahead and roll performance.
the thing.
All right. Yeah, I mean, they seem to enjoy it pretty well.
Now,
it's a rough crowd. They're not really looking like they want to be appeased, but they don't turn it away.
I'm gonna really test my luck on this one.
All right.
I'm gonna perform the tale of Vanest Alvaroth.
Okay.
That one is that's really not good. It's a tale of cowardice.
Okay.
And betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
And abandonment.
Yeah.
It's also an hour-long tale.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Fry get shot and stabbed tonight? The world may never know.
Well, I mean, we're about to find out.
For his body was never found.
Fair enough.
All right. So, what message are you trying to deliver home, like nail home, for the fellows here?
A tale of sadness. A tale of failure. Not of him, but of his leader to not recognize his pain.
Mm-hmm.
A tale of woe. And because of that, his fall.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily the fact that he was a scumbag, but he was a scumbag because he was neglected.
Mm-hmm.
And left behind and forgotten, kind of.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll me.
There is definitely, for sure, an element of deception in this one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They're not from the north. I won't say you have advantage, but I won't say you have disadvantage either. But that was your first roll. Okay.
Did I roll it with advantage?
Yeah, it's just part actor.
It's fine. Yeah, from actor. Sorry.
But
I can't turn that one off.
I mean, you can, but it's fine.
Not
without doing it.
Yeah, not without a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. So you're not stabbed in your hour-long rendition. Some people do seem like they get tired and fed up with it and leave, but it's only like 2 people. The rest are just sitting there drinking. They're not exactly paying you a whole lot of mind, but they're not all ignoring you either. Nice background noise too. Real rough crowd. But definitely not the standing ovation you just came from.
That's fine. Because I have the perfect closer for this crowd.
Definitely not the refined quality here.
I have the perfect.
And the barkeep's a really old orc. I mean, this looks like he's... If he was a human, looks like he's in his 50s. For an orc, that's pretty old.
Ready for my closer? It's another hour-long piece.
Alright.
This one is the Archmage of the Horizons epic.
Okay.
This one is a tale of power, domination, a little bit of mystery because it's unsure what's going on the entire time, but the power and the domination and the brutality is clear.
Mm.
The self-serving interest.
Yeah.
Those are really the themes that I was pushing down. And I'm going to tie that into my last one of he was probably seeking this power for power's sake, this self-serving, this brutality, this domination.
Mm-hmm.
He was probably forced into that through neglect and being forgotten.
Okay.
And being pushed down.
All right.
You know, trying to add a little bit of continuity there.
So, make a persuasion check for this one. Trying to persuade them into believing rumor, essentially. It's not a lie, because it could be true. Who knows? 20. Well, a few more people get up and leave.
Okay, but I mean, really, to the crowd that I'm playing to, this is the perfect theme of brutality and self-serving interest.
Yeah, one guy gets up off. Fuck, we've all heard of Endermayan. Get over yourself. He sits back down. Continues drinking.
I continue on. I've probably said his name several times throughout the play.
Question: Do you have his name written down anywhere in there?
Endymion, most famous archmage to ever live. No origin discovered. Planar travel. 9th level spell discovered. Oh, dude, I got a full ass motherfucking paragraph about the boy.
Good. Just check. But roll initiative.
Okay. I will.
This guy's coming at you.
I mean, I didn't break my song to do this. Is he rushing me?
He's rushing you.
Okay.
As you continue on.
We got a battle map for this? Do we need a battle map for this?
We need a battle map for this.
Fuck, if we need a battle map for this.
Might be a little interesting.
I wasn't trying to start a fight.
Really weathered old looks like a bugbear. Not this map.
When he stood up, can I roll a nature check or something to try to recognize what he is?
You've seen bugbears before.
Is he like a mixed bugbear?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Is he just a bugbear?
He's just a bugbear.
Okay. Well, this is...
Kind of old. He's got a big gash across his left cheek.
This is going to be fun.
Let me find a proper battle map real quick. I know I've got some taverns here somewhere.
Fuck.
There we go. Ignore the more extravagant details, because definitely doesn't look this fancy. But
Oh man, am I about to get fucked up? I feel like I'm about to get fucked up.
Where would you say you'd be playing?
Wherever the stage is, if there is a stage.
There's definitely no stage in this place.
I'd probably be playing right about here then.
Alright. So, he was sitting here, playing cards. Let me find that character sheet.
Good thing I'm in my lizard folk form. He's not gonna recognize me as Fry. I'm Daz right now.
So, he is fast, by the way. He gets all the way to here.
Alright, well,
And behind you.
I still got initiative I gotta roll.
Yep. That's just him coming up.
Fuck me.
Alright. So as he's coming, you reacting any?
I'm gonna push him away.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Uh,
Or athletics.
yeah, just, hey, what's your beef, stranger? Athletics?
19. Alright. Give him acrobatics to try to dodge. He definitely dodges, rolls underneath your, frontal shove.
I say that out loud, by the way. What's your problem, dude?
I'm gonna cut your fucking tongue out.
Why?
You're annoying. That's all the reason I need.
Sounds like a death threat to me.
Alright. So he's going to make 2 attacks. Does 19 hit?
Yes.
Alright, and I need a constitution saving throw. That DC should be 15, though. As I have in the writing. There we go. So, good news is, you do not suffer the necrotic damage that would reduce your maximum hit points. The sad part is,
I still take the 13.
you still take the 13, yes.
Yeah.
That would be piercing.
Which I don't have resistance to. Fuck, I don't have resistance to anything.
Yeah. Then with his offhand, he's got crossbow expert, so he's gonna shoot point blank, but that will miss. It jams up and just shatters the arrow, splinters upward. It's your turn.
Fuck this.
Alright. Well, that'll do it. Yeah, it's definitely got no way to stop you. As you piece the scene.